Hello, off to see the Raider. Sorry about this. I have had problems with the orientation of this, so my rear view's in the way. Sorry about that. But we'll get that regulated soon. Let me see. Can we do something? That's not great. Sorry about this. It wouldn't let me change my screen orientation, so I have the doohickey in the way. So anyway, sorry about all the confusion, everybody, but my old phone thing broke, and this one is not as good. Oh, come on, people. Hey, Scientology Audit, Ottawa. What's up? So, anyway, I got my little, what do you call it? The cheapy Chinese store thing. I got there. Yeah, you see how good that is. Let me see. Can I keep this thing going? This one broke a little while ago, so we're having all kinds of technology glitches. So let's see if the phone stays in here. And sorry for the tilt. It's tilted either way. Anyway, Eric has had a vision of tribulation, and really tribulation is reserved for the Scientologists, but this is protecting people. This is more inoculation, what we're up to today. It's about inoculating. It's about saving the next generation from the cult. And so that is the plan. And once again, I am running late. Sorry, Eric. I messed up again to misquote AA Ron. Anyway, so here we go onto the 101, like a Saturday Night Live skit. Again, sorry for the leaning situation. This thing just will not be straight, no matter what I do. So anyway, anybody who follows me knows I've been a little less active in the last few months, and quite a bit less active. And part of that, oh shit, that's not really better. Okay. Part of that is just because Eric has, given me a lot of context as a former member. And, you know, one context is that Scientology has gone through a phase, maybe still is in that phase, of trying to get restraining orders on everybody. And, you know, trying to press charges, bogus claims, and so forth. And so, one point that Eric always makes, I'm sure he's said it on his stream, I don't watch every one of them, is that Scientology doesn't really care that much if they lose a court case where they are falsely accusing protesters. Their aim isn't necessarily just to win the case. Their aim is to keep the protesters busy in court and to drain them financially by having to get lawyers and so forth. And even to drain people like you guys who might donate to protesters so that you start feeling like, you know, I can't be giving these people money for all these stupid court cases, you know, and try to kind of demoralize everybody. And so that when protesters win their battles against Scientology, while we might think we're winning, Scientology thinks they're winning too. Scientology feels like if they can make protesters shell out a bunch of money for lawyers, and if they can just mess up the vibes of the whole thing, then it goes away for another generation, for another decade. And so the thing is, like, where do we do the most good? Do we do the most good trying to convince Scientologists of the errors of their ways? Or do we do more good by spreading the word to non-Scientologists? And I'm all for helping people leave, encouraging people to leave, and that kind of thing. I'm all for it. And I don't think that should be totally given up on. But the facts on the ground are that Scientology is frosting the windows. They are pulling down the blinds and closing the curtains, and they are hiding out from the world. In other words, they're not really making themselves available for a conversation. And since we're not going to go bust down their doors or anything, we're not going to have a lot of conversations with actual Scientologists. Just not going to happen. So, pragmatically, it would seem that if we're hanging around Big Blue, which I'm all in favor of anybody that wants to do that, but if we're doing that, number one, we're hanging out where the most indoctrinated cultists are, and we're also in that realm where they can pull their crap with the restraining orders and all of that. But as the great Mr. Rader has pointed out, They can't really restrain you from protesting at a non-Scientology location. Like, how does that affect them? And I kind of think it's a brilliant response. You know, in a war, there's always new weapons, and then there's always responses to the new weapons. And unfortunately, that is a big part of how humanity has evolved. Unfortunately, a lot of times the way that humans have evolved is by going to war. It sucks. I mean, we should just evolve in other ways. We do. But a lot of innovation happens because of conflict. And so Eric came up with a brilliant innovation, which is forget about Scientology locations. These are the people who not only have drunk the Kool-Aid, but they chug it for breakfast every morning. And these are indoctrinated people that are probably not going to change their minds. They're probably not going to wake up. So, okay. But if nobody else joins, and believe me, hardly anybody is joining, thanks to people like Leah Remini, having people not join is probably more effective at getting the people who are in to actually quit, to get demoralized enough to give it up. That it's probably more effective than us yelling about Xenu to them. And I think that's a really good theory. Not proven, but, you know, or is it a hypothesis? I don't know. Some science nerds can straighten me out on that one. But, so, according to this theory / hypothesis, just getting people to know what Scientology is, to know how bad it is. Most people do know it's a cult. Most people do know it has, you know, some mind control elements and so forth. I mean, people are more aware of Scientology than ever before, definitely. But there's more to do. And the fact is, most people just have a cursory knowledge of like, oh yeah, I saw one of those Leah Remini episodes or whatever, right? They, you know, they know. They're like, I know it's bad, something like that. You know, they don't know details necessarily. They know it's a bad idea to join it. Okay, fine. But they don't really have details. So we're here to give some details. This generation, if we can, if any, we do have a madman with who, you know, embodies his own against the freakazoidal cult. So let's see, what are we doing? Okay. So here we are at Valley College, and let's see. see if this dude is anywhere nearby. But yeah, so going to places like colleges and other places where people congregate, and of course where younger people congregate, is good, because these are the people that we want to warn. I saw in one of his things that he had a new car since I've seen him, since we've been out doing our rounds. So, let's see. Nope, don't do that, dude. No parking on the other side, okay. Maybe he meant the other entrance over here or something. Okay. Oh. There should be some parking available. Let's see. Maybe. Okay. This is probably where he was talking about. So yeah, there he is. I see him hitting those wooden poles. Nice, and we got a spot right there. Good. Okay, it looks doable. Man, this guy, there's no overkill is not in this dude's vocabulary. He does not mind putting up 15 identical posters on the same pole. It's kind of impressive. I don't even know how much you can see him through this. I got to focus more on driving than on looking at what's on my camera here. Let's see, am I going to have a spot here? I think so. Let's just pull up nice and close. Okay, here we are.
So do we park in there?
What's that?
Do we park up in here?
Nah, I don't think that's... There is no parking, right? Good to see you, dude. Back in business.
Yeah. How's that? Can you make that out?
Here?
I'm saying that pole.
Oh yeah, that's pretty impressive, man. I was just remarking on here. Like, this dude doesn't mind putting 10, 15 different identical ones on the same damn pole. I mean, it works. advertising, man.
Plus,
You know.
I want it to be gloriously obvious when they rip it down.
Right.
So you see a difference.
Right. Yeah.
You don't notice one flyer. You notice 15 are gone. You know.
So where do you want to go? Just sit over there?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Right by the fire hydrant kind of thing? Yeah.
I don't really have any ideas.
So did you find a table?
No, but what I did is I bought, because there are no tables at Staples. So what I did was I bought, because I thought it'd just be easy. What am I doing here? Here we go. I bought 4 of these, so they just stack. I could stack 2 and 2, or 4 up, and then put all.
You could have bought like a stand or something, probably. Yeah.
At Staples, I didn't find any.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I'm just going by the seat of my ass. Plus, this is something that's light and easy to move around. It all takes
and you'll be able to use it for other shit
and
anyway.
I can use it for something else.
Waterproof.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Totally.
And it sort of makes this like 2 and 2 if we were on both sides.
Well, I got this thing that's just like you know, like something can be.
Gotcha.
You know, taped onto the side and whatever. Yeah. You know.
Plus, I wanted something we could take away in 2 seconds in case we got fucked with.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's. Yeah.
We can get out in 2 seconds.
Yeah, we can comply. Be like, we are complying, officer. We are very compliant. Okay, I'm putting on the gimbal, so hopefully I'm not going to mess everything up by doing that. Sorry for all the messiness in the presentation, but messiness in the presentation is part of the Davey mismanage vibe, unfortunately, or whatever. Anyway, let's get you gimbalized. Okay, excuse me for the shakiness that you were about to endure. Okay, come on, gimbal. There we go. Okay. In business.
Now we just have to keep our eyes peeled because we're not supposed to park here either. So
why not?
It's the same exact reason. I didn't know. I thought you could park here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, it is permit.
Same exact shit.
Well, maybe the street to the right or whatever.
I don't know. Well, I just fucked up. I need to move this stuff over there. I mean, if you want to, I'm not paranoid. If they come up, I'll run over and move. Whatever you want to do.
Well, we'd have to both move and then leave our shit there all of a sudden, you know. Right? So that's going to be, but, you know, we can unload here and then we could like go one at a time and because I mean, who knows? The whole damn neighborhood could be locked down with this. You know, you never know. I don't think it is on. I don't know. Is it?
It's this whole block.
This whole block is both ways.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That sucks. But I would say just leave it here for now until we get, well, whatever. Okay, we gotta leave it. I don't want to leave it in 2 spots. Okay. Yeah.
Because I was going to get this done.
Right, right.
This pole.
You got
I mean, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, man.
They come out here in the dead of night and do this shit. Look at that.
No mistaking who's been here in the past. Anybody that knows anything can figure out that. No Sherlock genes required. Yeah, that's probably not the college doing that.
No.
They probably wouldn't care enough.
Like they wouldn't make sure every little piece. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's someone doing work.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll scout out this neighborhood and see. Hopefully there will be something somewhere. What about on that side of the street? Maybe that's better.
Well, then how do we meet?
I'll go look at the thing.
It's the same thing.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you spent half your life here recently, so you should know. The sound of staples. See, nothing will motivate you more. A lot of the ex-Scientologists wonder why I'm motivated to do this at all. But, you know, I can only imagine, being a former Scientologist, how good it must feel to get out there and put those up. I mean, hi, Holly. Yes, I am here. I apologize for my absence, but I do have an actual job. And this is not it. This ain't paying the bills. So, okay. This street looks like the same deal. Damn, the whole neighborhood might be the same deal. Maybe he's right. Maybe it's better just to park in their parking lot. Can always be like, hey man, I was just gonna register for a class. What's the deal? Lemons dropping off the tree. Okay, I know. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. I know. No seatbelt. It looks like they got this whole neighborhood locked down on this. There's a bunch of free chairs sitting out there that my cats would probably love to claw to death. Well, I don't think we have a big improvement happening here. Every street is the same situation. Yeah, well, obviously they know that the whole neighborhood knows that if they don't do that, they're just going to have a bunch of college kids all parking all over their neighborhood, taking up all the spots. And I get it. Okay. And I bet you they're more strict about the neighborhood than they are the actual college parking lot. That would be my guess. Based on nothing, but whatever. So I guess it's going to be the college parking lot. I think they do have some paid parking there, but I got totally turned around. So anyway, if we could inoculate some minds against the cult, that would be an awesome thing, and hopefully that will be a possibility. Have a couple calm cycles, as they call them, and I mean, hey, Eric's always great on just putting up flyers everywhere, so that alone will do something. But yeah, let's see if we can give these scholars a little extra education. Yeah, the sky actually looks better on the phone than the actual sky. You know, it's a little lighter than what I'm seeing on the phone. But yeah, it's one thing a lot of people who move to LA from other places. I was just having a conversation with a friend who's a cinematographer from Italy, and he was talking about the light, and you know, that the reason that Hollywood became the place for movies, you know, like, yeah, sure, it's the weather or whatever, but it's the quality of the light. And being a native Californian, I kind of never really got what anybody was talking about, the light. But, you know, when you live in some cloudier locales, you know, you kind of get it. It's like, yeah, the light, it does have another quality here. Maybe a crisper quality. I don't know what you'd call it, but shit, man. Employee parking only? Then again, do they maybe not check if you're an employee? Who knows, man? I mean, are they busting? Let's see. We'll see what happens. Okay. See what the maestro wants to say about it. Maybe he's just gonna go back to the old plan. The plan of, like, if they come enforcing, just run and move it. I don't know. I'm allergic to parking tickets, so I don't know how much I'm into that one. So, Valley College, just another college in LA. Don't know much about it. Does it have specialties? What is its area of excellence? I have no idea. I don't even know if it's 2 years or 4 years. That might be a good thing to know about. Anyway. That dude does have a resonating voice. I guess I do too, but I don't hear mine. Yeah, the whole neighborhood is same shit everywhere.
Oh, yeah?
I drove up all around, up and down a lot of streets. So I parked in the employee lot right over there, and I don't know what's riskier, you know, employee or just out on the street.
Well,
So
keep
you
my
could,
eyes peeled for mine, I guess.
right. So yeah. Anyway, we'll set up this one.
So,
Oh damn! I got this thing like 10 feet tall. Good to know it goes that high. Awesome.
I mean, this is probably technically on their property, so I don't know. We just
Well, maybe just
we know we're nowhere. There's no possible way this ain't the easement.
yeah, that's the easement for sure. Yeah.
So if you want to be super.
We definitely don't want to just be on their property when we can move 2 feet over and be on the easement for sure.
See how high I can make this, or I can make it too wide.
Right.
And this is higher than that.
Yeah. Totally. Yep, very quick.
And then
Quick to put together, quick to take apart.
you see knives and shards. Is this yours?
Yeah.
Knives and shards. We redid these. They used to say SPTV, and I was like, why are we taking a third of our space
Right.
for that? Which is an inside thing.
Right, totally.
You know, no one knows what the hell that is or gives a shit.
That's true.
And we don't get any traffic from it.
Right.
So, what's the point?
I mean, I still have some of the old ones, but
I'm saying that if put it this way, if because we were on that site, we had 1,000 views.
Yeah.
In our chat, I mean, you know, we had 100 or 1,000 people on the chat. Everyone goes online, they have 3 people in chat. So what's the difference if that thing exists or don't? So I'm saying, why take up that space when we could be shitting on Scientology? A third of my flyer. I need every bit of that to shit on Scientology. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great thing.
No, I get
it's a great
you, man.
vehicle
Yeah.
for us once you're in the community.
Right.
You know, so I can see who's on. But then again, I got to admit, I don't even understand that because I know when you're on because I got notified.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, there's.
You can't go on without me knowing, so I don't even understand the point of it.
Yeah, but that's not the same for every single person. So, you know, at least it lets you know
if somehow
like new people or new cities pop up, you know, and you're like, oh, who's this one? I never heard of them, you know, and you go on there and...
I mean, it would be... But see, I don't think that's used either because 8 out of 10 people on that haven't done anything in 4 months. So it's not a...
Yeah, but then they won't pop up on the, like, streaming now thing. Because that's all I really look at is who's streaming right now.
But I know because if I want to see you, I get notified. That's what
right. Right. You just don't get notified for people you're not subscribed to. Yeah. That you might not even know exists. Like if somebody new comes up in Norway or whatever,
I see what
you're going to find out about it through sptv.space, you know, and you might never know otherwise.
You have tape with you? Because I got tape in the car.
I probably have some in my car.
So you don't have any in your bag?
Not on me, but it's right over there. But I got some stickers too. So let's see, what are we doing here? Okay.
Ask me why Scientology equals barf. I don't have a damn clue when school gets out, when those big...
Right.
I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like, even these cars going by at 50 miles an hour, you know, and they see these signs and they don't know what's up, and then they see people setting up or whatever, you know.
I mean, I'm going to talk to any kid who walks by.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you know, there's a certain, like, curiosity element where, you know, it's not like, you know, it's not a quick... Anybody that lives around here, for example, first stage, they start seeing your posters up. And they just see a bunch of yellow stuff on a bunch of telephone poles. you know, and they don't know what it is. And then they see somebody sitting there. Well, that might take it to a new level of curiosity, you know. And then if they see one of them, then they put it all together in their head. Like, oh, I was seeing these signs, I didn't even read them, didn't know what it was. Saw these people protesting, you know. And then I figured out, oh, well, that's technology the whole time, you know. And then they tell 20 people that story. People know a little bit of what's up. Hey, we're not rocking the world like streets a year ago, you know, shutting down a whole org and all that, but as I was...
not what I do.
No, not what you do, exactly. And as I was headed here, I was kind of going through a little review of some of the stuff that we were talking about yesterday and whatever. And, you know, just the thoughts behind it.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you're not going to get the most hardcore people at Blue, you know, are never going to be like, they're not going to hear some shit from us and just decide to quit on the spot.
Hell no.
You know.
There's no money going in there. There's no one to stop. You know, it's like, you know.
Yeah, and they're the most inoculated people from our shit.
They're trying to run us over with cars. That's how much they want to get to OTA completion.
Yeah, it's very important to them.
Beat up Aja, you know, they want to have fist fights in front of you. Well, you're not reaching anybody.
Yeah.
Those people are absolutely ensnarled. And I don't blame them. You've already spent $1.75 million
right.
in 22 years. What, you're not going to go another 2 years?
Right.
And $300,000
to get your ultimate salvation of the universe? Yeah.
I know I'd go all the way. I got to eat that entire.
You barely even did it when you were in there. You didn't get anywhere near clear, did you? Or
yeah,
what?
I did. I'm a net auditor. I went halfway up the fucking bridge.
Are you an OT?
No.
No, okay.
Oh, hell no.
So you went further up the auditing side than the other?
Well, no, I co-audited. So I did the processing side of the bridge and the training side of the bridge. Most people, you know, if they got money, they just do the processing side because the training side's too fucking hard. So most people do not do the training side.
Right.
They'll just buy intensive after intensive and go up that way. But LRH says at least half of your gains come from the training. So you're gonna fuck yourself if you just go straight up.
Yeah.
So I did it. You know, I did 30 fucking courses, 50 courses, whatever the fuck it was. And the dead course is right before. Like I would have gone clear was my next step, and there's all those courses you got to do, and then the levels, and then the new aerodynamics course, and that's a 2-year course. So.
And that's all before OTs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you would go class 5, 6, 7, 8, OT 1 through 8. So I mean, I was right there if I wanted to keep going.
Oh, before when we talked, it just sounded like you were like being very inactive, but kind of acting like no.
Full time, 9 to 6 for years and years.
Right.
And years.
Yeah. Shit, man.
9 to 6. That sucked. As bad as it sounds.
Thanks for that, Magnus.
Is that Magnus from Tehachapi?
No, from Sweden.
Oh, I don't know that guy.
You don't? Oh yeah, I think you might just not know he's from Sweden. Magnus G.
Yeah, we always joke.
Oh, you joke you don't know him. Okay.
Well, no, he always says from Sweden. So I say, oh, Magnus from Tahunga.
You just make up different places every time. Okay, I get it. Yeah. But so how many years was it that you were really not doing hardly anything, but not quitting? And
I was basically doing courses I was doing something for the most part. I just slowed it way down and got off full time. But I was from 78 to 89. I was always doing something.
okay.
But I would do it I would take months off in between and say I was doing this and that and make up a bunch of bullshit. Now, when I went non-stop, without it, never taking a day off, I dropped out of school and went in. So when I should have been in elementary school, I was full-time training.
Right. Because Scientology cares so much about education. They're the authorities on communication, but they don't really want to have you learn to read and write and, do any critical thinking. That wouldn't be on the menu at all.
I don't know when people get out of here. I have no idea. Like I said, at about...
Well, you said like 11:30 in the morning
I
is
saw
one
tons
time.
of people leaving.
Right.
I don't know if they come back in a half hour.
Right.
Or they're going to get a burger.
Yeah.
Or they're done. I don't know.
I don't even know. Do you know if this is a 2-year or 4-year college?
I mean, it's a city college, so you can take one class and never come back. No one's going to...
No, I know, but is it like a junior college or a 4-year? That's what I wonder.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I wanted to do something, I would go to Pierce for 2 years and then transfer to UCLA. So I graduate from UCLA, but I cut my bill in half.
Right, exactly.
This place here doesn't have 1/10 the courses available that Pierce does.
But Pierce is probably more expensive, like private.
Well,
I
it's
would
a city
assume.
college.
It is? Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know that.
It's just that they're the biggest city college on the planet.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I thought because it was like a last name.
They have like agriculture courses
Right.
and fields to learn it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can't do that here.
No.
It's really insane. Oh shit! I didn't bring my tape because I thought you would have had your tape. I'll go get it.
Oh, I can go get mine. It's fine. Mine's mine.
Maybe that'll work. Like I said, I don't have a clue what we're doing, so
Whatever.
we'll see what happens, and then we can try it at 11:30. We can try it whatever. We can try Hollywood. I want to try Hollywood Boulevard, but I really think the action will be in Pierce because it's just 10,000 times more kids.
Right. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about Pierce.
Yeah,
I mean, you've mentioned it numerous times, but
it's 7 times the size of it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that
It's
would
bigger
make
than
sense.
Northridge.
Yeah, that would make
That
sense to
Northridge
do.
campus is not as big as Pierce.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Northridge was way bigger than I expected it to be, so that says something.
But this is, I know people go here. I just don't know how to, when they come out or if we're on
Right,
the wrong side.
yeah.
I don't know shit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
start, the next kid who goes by, I'm gonna go, where do the most people leave and around what time?
Right. Yeah, that's a good. Except it's LA, nobody will know the answer to that question. Everybody, I don't know.
How wonderful is this not being 87 degrees? This is beautiful.
It's great, but it's also great being 77 or whatever it
It's
is.
beautiful.
You know, it's perfect. It's just what we want.
Yeah, Sharks did all these amazing signs, and he gave me new sticker check. He's on fire, man.
Yeah.
Everyone put a heart in the chat for Niacin Sharks, if we'd be so kind. So when he sees it, he knows.
Yeah, I'd forgotten his last, although he's had that one for a while, but.
Well, it's funny because I know his real name, right? So we talk, and I use his real name, and so when I'm talking about him here, and I'm just like, what is it, diarrhea barf or something? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
What? I mean, he picked some whopper names, man.
Yeah, totally. Bitch Marisker.
I couldn't even remember that one.
That's the one I keep thinking of, you know. Every time I hear the word bitch or something, or I see Marisker, you know, Brisker, whatever, I can't, that name goes through my head every single time. I'm like, that was brilliant.
So you parked over here like a teacher? That's
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, just right there. Yeah, so, you know, what I was thinking is,
You look
okay,
like a teacher, like you
who are
could
they
teach
gonna
some
bust
kind of
more?
philosophy or something.
I mean, who are they looking to bust? The teachers, you know, or just random parking spot on the street? I don't know. If it, you know, because a lot of people, maybe they're like, I'm not messing with the teachers' parking lot, you know, if they go to school here or whatever.
That's a good idea.
Right? But I could be full of shit because they could just send some school flunky around
But you look like a philosopher
3 times a day. Hell yeah. Well, I was gonna be a professor, man, but
See?
I was like, you know, I found the Lord Xenu saved me. Got away from a college girl. That's a win.
Yeah. We got away from the hell.
But
I got asked.
oh shit, you know what? Because they got all these voting signs.
Oh shit, is this good?
I wonder if there's, well, since it's voting for like 2 weeks, it's not like they're shutting down school for voting, you know. If it was just on election day, they might shut the school down, you know, to have the voting go on, but probably not even that. But
When we're in Hollywood, I'll just tape these to this. This is, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this. And if we had something, if it's next to a wall, it gives us more space to put more shit on.
totally.
But we can break it down in 10 seconds. I like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just think Hollywood gets that worldwide audience that
I couldn't get anyone to give a fuck when we were in front of the test center because they're on that tourist thing. Like, I think you're right. We get further east, we're gonna get people who are just walking by, who live around there or whatever.
or they're doing the tourist thing, but they're in a low intensity part of it, you know, so they're not like, oh, what's that? There's Spider-Man, there's Superman, there's, you know, right?
Mismanaged.
There's, yeah, like they're gonna be like, there's the real famous one, Davey Mismanaged. Oh shit, live in color. But like I said, it's just like they're.
Hi Freebird. Hi Adam. Hi Sharon. We are just figuring this out. Like I said, we don't have a clue, so it's going to be some trial.
The fact
and error.
is, like what I'm saying, like just the fact that we're here, everybody's looking over, like, what's this? What's going on? Right? Just that attaches that to these.
Yes.
Right?
It's a lot
So
more
it starts connecting dots, you know. It's like you've never watched a Clorox commercial and said, "Oh, damn, I want to buy Clorox now." Right? But what you do is when you go to buy bleach, you kind of trust the Clorox more because you've seen it around, you know?
Right.
And you're like, well, I don't know what this, you know, blue rose bleach, yeah, that's probably not real, you know, it's not like Clorox, you know. And Clorox is like 50% more, and you're just paying for their ads, basically, to bullshit you into it. And it's the same damn chemical, you know. So, you know, it's like when people see one thing and they don't pay attention, but they see another thing and they're like, what's going on? Then it becomes, then there's a narrative like,
how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
There's a narrative like, oh, I've been seeing these things around, and then, you know, I never really thought of it. And then I found out it was about Scientology, and I was like, what the hell? You know, and there's a story, you know. And I'm not saying it's huge, but
they're seeing this every time. Like I said, every
Right.
time they rip it down, and because it's here for 2-3 days, then it's down, and it's a million little pieces of paper.
yeah.
And then it goes, a couple days go by, and it's right back up worse than before. You know, I mean, this is the number I've been doing. This all started with 2,
Right.
4, 6, 8. Now I'm doing 20. I don't give a shit. 25. The whole poll is yellow. You want to be addicted? That's what it is.
Can you imagine these Sea Org people that are getting sent out at night, or it's probably just members that are, you know, like everybody active. It's like, okay, you're in charge of your neighborhood, you know, here's your district, you know, whatever.
Well, they're watching this, so they know where it is.
That's true.
And,
yeah,
and
that's
at the
true.
same time, like, this is one of those polls I was telling you about that they savagely try to protect, you know, because, like I say, we got 2 bus stops right here, 1 million kids walking in and out, 1,000 cars going in and out.
Right.
And then you get that same thing on the other side, same exact thing. The pole where everyone comes off the walkway, the dirt walkway by the river, and the parking lot, and the bus stop, and there's one pole there. They protect that pole savagely. But you know what's really fun? Like, it took a couple times to do this, but because at first you're like, hey, you know, don't take my shit down.
Right.
But then it starts becoming more and more fun because I'm the one controlling them.
Right.
At first I felt like they were controlling me, but I'm like, you know what? I don't have to do this ever again.
Right.
Or I can go do it right now. That's a whole different story than being in a fuckload of trouble because my boss sees this.
Exactly. Yeah. This is just for the pleasure of the game, you know. This isn't.
I'm making sure kids can see it, and the more they take it down, the more they're gonna wonder.
Yeah. I mean, look, nobody is walking around very favorable to Scientology.
Hell no.
Right? Like, nobody's like, oh, I heard it's good. You know?
From who?
Either they don't know anything about it, they know John Travolta, Tom Cruise, whatever. You know, and isn't that the one with a bunch of movie stars? You know, it's that kind of bullshit. Or they're like, isn't that some cult? You know, but
I love how it's the fastest growing religion, but yet your celebrities are now all 81 or higher. Okay.
Yeah, totally,
You
man.
know.
Totally. I know.
And why does every one of them die of cancer?
Right.
They're supposed to be disease free.
Yeah.
Impossible to die of cancer.
Right. You're supposed to
Unless
be
you're out ethics like Kirstie Alley. She was out ethics, so she died of cancer.
Oh yeah, why was she out ethics?
Because she died of cancer.
Oh, that was proof. Yeah. Circular logic, like she had to be out of ethics. She died of cancer.
It's worthless. It can't be that.
She had some withholds. What are you withholding, Kirstie?
If she would have just come out with it, she'd be fine.
Well, like some other people we might know of, she was withholding a lot of cookies from the world.
Man, I wish there was another pole right there. That'd be so stupid.
Yeah.
But this is pretty sweet.
Totally.
I love this wraparound deal. It's just, there's just no missing this. Is that a sticker?
Yeah.
That whole thing's a sticker?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You've had these, haven't you?
I don't remember that big. Fuck, that's huge.
These are from
That sharks too?
way back when. Yeah.
Man, he's crushing it.
Oh, this is 6 months old. This is an old pattern. This one, you guys know this one.
Oh, yeah. It's still a lot hotter than it's supposed to be. It was supposed to
Yeah.
be 70, and I think it's 77.
There we go. Thank you, Krusty Butt. You were never here, huh? Okay. Let's see, what else have we here? The Holy Rogue, hello. Another thing I think that can make people interested in this is, you know, the question of like, why are they here? Why this college? You know, somebody's going to be wondering about that a little, you might think. And the answer, and they might think like, well, what is the connection between this college and Scientology? And we have no known connection. The connection is that there are youngsters going here that we want to help not join a cult. That's the big connection. But I don't mind if people in the college kind of think that there might be more. I mean, why not? There probably is more. There's probably some damn Scientology kid going to school here. I mean, not that they're really into the education realm that much. They got you at 20 years old. Okay, well, yeah, that's what we're trying to prevent.
Judy cheated.
Let's prevent another 20-year-old from... Beware of Scientology. Everybody knows. But it doesn't hurt if they get reminded.
Our work here is done.
But if you check out it's pretty funny. She's wearing that coat and everything, you know, it's like, it's total summer weather. Although in the morning, you know, it's definitely colder, but...
Yeah, she might have been here at 7.
But it's funny in the winter in LA when you see the clothes. I mean, some people look like, you know, they're dressed for a blizzard because it's going to be 55 degrees.
My name is Eric. I was a born-in Scientologist and a child auditor, and I protest Scientology. Hopefully don't destroy any more families.
Oh, really? I didn't know about the cults in the Depression. I knew the 70s was a big time for cults, but I did not know that the Depression had anything to do with anything. So thank you for that historical information. Sincerely. That's interesting. But it makes sense that cults would... I mean, cults thrive off of misery, so what could be more miserable than a Great Depression? Of course.
I now buy these in 5,000 boxes.
What were you getting before?
$12.50.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I use those up before I get out of bed.
Oh, man. Hey, if I went through what you went through, I'm sure I would have more your level of motivation, you know.
Of course.
Because damn.
Of course.
It's like every time I go on my computer, there you are. Bang, bang, bang.
I just love the fact that I can quantify it in my head. Like, you know what? Today I did something.
Well,
You
you
know?
grew up in Scientology. You need to keep your stats up and all that.
I just know I did something that day.
Yeah.
That
Totally.
has an impact.
You didn't just go to work, go home, drink a beer.
And it makes me feel good. And I got a lot of stuff up I put up 3 months ago that's still up.
Yeah.
That makes me feel amazing.
So they're not trying to find everything and take it
No,
all
they know they
down.
can't do that. But it's just stuff like this, which is just blisteringly ridiculous PR eyesore from hell.
Yeah, right.
This they cannot have.
See, this is the problem with these. You can't find a spot to separate it out.
Oh,
really.
shit. Okay. Plus, I love putting them up where I know they can't stand it, but I also love putting them up where I know they're going to stay there until someone loses a cat. You know?
Right.
And then I like to flatten these down to make it super atrocious. I'm trying to get them off. Somebody's getting in massive trouble because of this shit. And I really like that too. That makes me happy.
So when they get in trouble for it, how does Scientology work it out where it's their trouble? Like,
Because all I asked you to do was to remove these.
right.
You told me you did. I can choose to believe you, or I can go, or I can not listen and just look. And looking is what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to listen. And since I cannot be reasonable, that will ruin
Right.
us. That will be our end if I am reasonable. So this
And like
makes
you
me-
say, it can never be a thing where nobody can be blamed,
no.
right? That's not allowed. It always has to be somebody's fault, right?
Yeah, it has to be something you can control. So, like, in other words, I put you in charge of none of this. This is not supposed to be here anymore. You tell me you do that, but when I drive by, it's 7 feet tall. It's wrapped around the whole son of a bitch.
Right,
And you told me you took it down, and you showed me splinters,
right.
30 splinters.
But I went and looked.
But it's here. So what I'm assuming now, okay, is you can't go up these conditions because your ethics is out. So therefore, I have to bypass and handle this now.
Right,
So now I got to go take these off, right?
right.
So there's always a new, someone new now getting busted, and then the next guy gets beat down. He can't come up through liability because he can't keep the damn posters off the thing, the
Right.
flyers, you know.
So then meanwhile, that guy has to be coming here twice a day.
In other words, there's no good deed goes unpunished. You can stay here and wait for me.
Right.
Okay? But if heaven forbid, if they see this go up, you know, and there's no They see this when they drive by.
I think I better go move my car. Not that I think the sheriff's department is giving out tickets here, but might as well at least drive around until they're gone. But yeah, I know. I won't go far. Yeah. I don't see him really doing anything, but I don't feel like paying a big amount of money so I can park in the employees' parking lot, you know. Hopefully I don't already have it. Hey man, I'm just trying to register. I didn't know what to do. I don't know how anything works. I'm just a dummy. Right, anything that affects their stats, holy rogue. So we gotta have a victim, gotta have one moment. We gotta have it be somebody's fault, somebody who can get busted, and it can never be Scientology. Yeah, their stats, what a joke. The stats of Scientology. The so-called fastest growing religion in the world, where if they had, what was it Eric told me again yesterday, like they claim to have like 7 million members or something, but if they had 1 million there'd be like thousands in every org, and there are obviously not thousands in every org. So yeah. Eric's hammer. Cameras. That's a good point. Got to remember that part. Oh, check him out. Getting some educational opportunities going. Nice. Okay, I guess I'm back to the first plan. Although if I park right there, that's like the most obvious spot for somebody like me. But whatever. Yeah, now you guys got me paranoid about cameras. Right, at least you corrupted one young mind.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. You know Scientology's garbage, right? Good. It's about 77, which is like a cooler place.
Which is
Oh, it's a huge help. Maybe I just spent $50 on these containers. Thank you very much. It's a huge help. You know Scientology's garbage, right? Yeah, I mean, everything costs money, so I'm always happy to have help, sure. I just don't, you know, I figure you guys will help me if you want to help me, just that simple. And I appreciate the hell out of it. Dusty, it ain't cold, that's for sure. 79 today in the ROC, New York. Talked to one person in the day and I already feel healthy. You know what I mean? It's all it takes for me.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that that guy is not going to have anything to do with this shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? You shake someone's hand who went through shit and you know it.
Right.
You know? And
right.
Even if you don't understand and you never do, it doesn't really matter. You're going to be like, fuck that place.
Right. I mean, most people are going to be resistant anyway. But some people, they're susceptible because, you know, somebody died, they got dumped, whatever. And you want them to know, like this one guy that I interviewed right when I got started, and he was like, he never had his parents in his life, lived with his grandparents, they died, his fiance dumped him. Nobody wanted to hear him whine about his shit. And he ran.
Oh,
no, please do.
No, we're just here to make sure people know Scientology's garbage. I hope you know that.
I'll do Scientology.
Good. It's total garbage. That's why we're here. I love it.
Nice.
I think he thought we were pro Scientology at first. Because he goes, no.
Some people think that. That's a lot of people, but yeah, so this guy, you know, he got pulled in for a personality test, and he's like, these are people that cared about my problems, they listened to me. It's the first people that listened to him.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of his friends weren't real friends. Nobody wanted to hear him, you know, bitch about his situation, whatever. And you know, for a lot of these people, they never had any therapy. They never had deep conversations with their friends about, you know, how they feel and shit. And they go into Scientology. It's the first time in their life that's ever happened.
Yeah.
And it's like a revelation. So we want them to know, like, we don't get the time to tell them all that, but like, so they just push back a little more. And 99% of them, it's never going to happen anyway.
No. But anyone we talk to, I promise you, it's not going to have anything to do with it.
Yeah. Now he's getting me nervous about the parking situation when he heads over the across the street like that. It's like, let's go put another one up. You know Scientology's evil? You didn't know that? Now you learned something at college. Some people thinking, who's this weird old dude talking to me? You got me worried when you just headed right across the street. I was like, uh-oh, are they here?
Oh, no. I'm gonna ask this lady when do people leave? When the hell do they get here? When do they leave? How does this work? Hold this for a second, will you?
Give us the inside information.
All right. Gracias.
I mean, this is definitely a wave of departure right now, but nothing like what you described at
Yeah.
11:30 in the morning.
Plus, so I didn't know if that was a bad time because, like, are you running out to get a burger? I don't have time for your
Right.
shit.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
did,
Yeah.
I just don't understand how anything works because I never went to school. I went to a cult.
Well, you know, every college is different. Yeah, you went to Indoctrination Academy. Yeah, my whole thing when Eric and I talked yesterday was that I thought Hollywood Boulevard, but not necessarily right at the testing center. Other areas of Hollywood Boulevard might be better because we do have a lot of tourists there. And my idea is to stay away from the main areas where there's a lot of Thank you. Okay. I got a thumbs up and I was like looking behind me like, who's she talking to? But it is me. Okay. She is a fan of this. Good. Okay. I'll take it. Awesome. I'm trying to get a good lighting situation here where it's like I'm not squinting too bad. So yeah, I think we need to get into a high trafficked area because I mean, I'm fine going to colleges, and his description of that other college, Pierce, I believe, sounds really good. Like a lot more people, a lot more activity going on. I'm up for it. I'm up for going anywhere, you know. It's really a matter of having the time to do this every now and then. And then, you know, when I have the time, I kind of don't care where it is. Except Eric is very passionate kind of about the idea of it not really being that worth it to go to Big Blue. Not that there's any criticism of anybody that goes there. But I do get the idea of stopping or slowing down new people joining is a super important thing to do. It's more important maybe and more feasible to do that than to try to get people who are already super indoctrinated to change their minds. High degree of probability that's not going to happen. For most of them. Now, most of them are going to change their minds at some point. At some point, they are going to be out of there. Most people do end up leaving Scientology, it seems. But you don't have to worry about getting them out if they never got in the first place, and that's the genius of this whole wave that Street started.
Looks like you're singing.
I'm singing. Singing the Goofy Goober song.
Yeah, that's cool. Everyone we speak to, that's one less person.
It's one less person, but it's also potentially somebody that has a story to tell, you know,
At the right time.
some other people.
Yeah.
And
She can speak up now when her friend goes, what do you think about Scientology? Or
Yeah.
have you heard of it? You can say, yeah.
like I actually talked to somebody who was in there and who's protesting it, and here's what they told me. That's a lot more than just, I watched a TV show, it's bullshit.
Yeah. Plus, you know, like, I can smell out bullshit, okay? But also, you don't find old dudes doing this because they got nothing to do. Like, I could be on the couch
Right.
with a Pacifico right now.
Right, totally.
And pulling out my brand new bomb,
Yeah,
you know?
and now you gotta wait an extra hour to do that, you know?
How
Not
dare
like
you.
it'll never happen.
I mean, I could have a pina colada right now.
Yeah.
And that's part of the fun of doing this, because I always say to myself, even though I go out constantly, I'll tell myself, I could. Like, I didn't go out the last 2 days because I was just tired.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I don't have to.
Right.
Do the fuck I want to do. And that's a beautiful feeling. You know? I'm driving them batshit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like the way you describe it, if somebody has to come here and then they're being accused of not doing their job because you went and put them back up.
They're going to say,
well, you're getting
is they're there.
that person who's getting in trouble. That's one step closer to them leaving.
Oh, hell yes.
Like,
hell yes.
because they see the bullshit of, you know, of like, Scientology can never be held accountable, but everybody, you know, at the lowest levels get the shit beat out of them. And, you know, like that person that's getting them in trouble, they saw all your dead staples up there. If they bothered to look, they could see that guy did take them away, but they're not gonna give them credit for that.
Oh, hell no. They're gonna say the way that I have, like, in other words, here's your mission. It's written out. Here's your mission. You can't complete this mission. I can't sign off on this. Now, if maybe your world is so fucked up, okay, that you're pulling in someone who actually sits in the bus stop and waits for you to do it so they can put it back up, I don't know if that's what's happening to you. I just know that you can't seem to keep.
But you need to
faults.
handle it, whatever it is, right?
You can't seem to handle it. Well, we know why you can't handle it. It's because of the OWs. You haven't told us. What is it you don't want me to know? Okay. And of course, we know what that is that you want to kill me.
Right. Right.
That's what you want to. That's what you don't want me to know.
Or that you think this is a bullshit way of
getting snowed for the 800th time.
But you can't say that, so that's your withhold. And plus, if you go to 99% of the people in the world and you say, you look really guilty, what did you do? Right? 99% of the world is going to freak out at that question.
Right.
And they're going to come up with something in their mind that they did in the last 24 hours and be like, how the hell did he know?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so Scientology just plays that card all day long.
Hi, Jeffrey. We're waiting for kids here at the college to come out. She told me that noon. She said this is the right place, and around noon is probably when she would come.
That's when she arrives.
Well, that's when there'll be the most people.
Oh, okay.
I said, when would you come? Where would you go? She goes, you'd be here at noon.
Okay. So yeah, your 11:30 thing is probably true, you know, but you can't really do 11:30 too often, can you?
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
close to it. I could be here at 12:15.
The parking is the bitch, because like we're gonna have to deal with that every single
You know
time.
what though? Next time, well, here's what we'll do. We'll go to Hollywood next, like you said, right?
Right.
And then I think we should try Pierce, because
Right.
I think we're gonna have a field day. In fact, I think we'll be out of our mind.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking things.
And where is that exactly?
It's Victory and Winnetka.
What town is that?
I guess that's Woodland Hills.
It's what?
Woodland Hills, maybe?
Oh, really? Okay.
Canoga Park. Canoga Park, maybe?
Okay, so it's way over there. Yeah, yeah.
It's not like it's, you know, Victory. Yeah, so it would be that way over there. And like I just take the freeway, get off at Winnetka, make a right.
Oh, okay, okay, right. Right, that's an exit on the 101. Yeah, okay.
And that's a really easy way.
When you came over, did I have my my new kitten? The black one?
Yeah, I saw. I came over and saw.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was before or after I got the kitten.
What was the name? Oprah? I forget. What was the name?
Slinky. I got him fixed a couple weeks ago, and he came home walking like he was drunk. But I'll tell you, within 6 hours, back to normal. The other cat, when I got him fixed like 3 years ago, he was wiped for 24 hours. He was sleeping next to me, just, it was like he had gone through a war. And, but this one was just like, I'm ready to go right now, man. I'm all good, It was amazing.
I think we're going to have a field day at
yeah.
There's 700 times more kids.
Yeah. I mean, I've never come by this place and it looked busy,
I'll tell you something else. Just the people walking on the damn street who live around there, jogging and everything else. Like, I ended up talking to them when there was no kids and I was just putting this up.
Right.
It's just people. But
Sounds good.
I'm curious to try. I love trying everything. All we're going to do is get tighter and better. We got to start somewhere.
I still can't get used to the helmet look.
Yeah.
On bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
When I lived in Sweden, my girlfriend had like a motorcycle helmet for riding her horse. And I was like, like I had a horse when I was a kid. Nobody rode, it wasn't like English jumping dressage, it was like bareback in the dirt, and but seeing a motorcycle helmet, I was like, isn't that a little too much?
Yeah, Chad, we're trying to figure out, the best way to do this, and since I never went to school and Davey's been out for 42 years, we don't know the best time, so we're figuring it out.
A lot of times people that never went to college, they think there's all this shit if you went to college.
And you don't.
And you don't, it's like...
How you doing?
It's like you think, oh, you went to college, well, you must have read all of the Shakespeare or what, like, no, and if I did, I wouldn't know what it was about. Like thee, thy, thou, I don't know that,
But you actually did study. You didn't party because you never...
No, I partied and studied. I partied my ass off. The center of my school was the bar. That was because it was in Paris, and it was like, the school was just 15 buildings in Paris. A couple rooms here, but this one building was the main building, and it had the bar. So that's where everybody met up. And Europe, everybody's drinking, but they're drinking with a little more class than I was.
You were looking for the bottom.
I was drinking like an American college student. I wasn't sipping. If I was sipping, it was because I had no money and I was, trying to take it slow, but no.
But you at least had to pay attention in class.
Oh, yeah. I was interested. it wasn't hard because I always told people, you know, if you're interested, you don't have to study that much, because when they tell you, you remember it,
Oh, okay.
right? You know, if I told you some crazy thing, you would remember it. If I said, if you're like, how did your dad die? Oh, he got kicked in the head by a zebra, right? You wouldn't have to study how did my dad die. You would remember that shit, right? Because it would be an interesting fact. I never heard anybody's dad got killed by a zebra. You know, like that's gonna stick in your head. Like 30 years from now, somebody could say, how did Davey's dad die? Zebra kick. You know, you would know. And so if you study something you're actually curious about, I always wondered how that worked. And then you hear it from the professor, you remember it. But most people are studying shit they don't care about.
Yeah.
And so they got to shove it into their brain, you know, and their brain's fighting back. And then they want to go party and try to get laid or something, and, you know, and they barely make it through.
I figure you have to be interested if you're hungover.
Or you just have to be afraid of getting busted if you get kicked out of school, whatever, you know. You never know, man, people's motives. Most people, they go to college because that's what was expected, you know. Not because, oh, I'm really passionately curious about accounting. You know, who's passionately curious about accounting? You know, somebody is, but not many.
That's funny. So yeah, we're waiting to see what the hell time is it? 2 o'clock? No, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
So they should be getting out now, I would imagine, right any minute.
Yeah. Well, I'm shutting down mine. You guys, thanks for my latest inaugural. I will be back. See you next time with Eric on Hollywood Boulevard. Bye-bye. Like, I'm shutting mine down. I'll hang out a little